Hello, folks. I hope you can all see me and hear me clearly. We're all going to do one round of tech checks to make sure that audio and video are fine. You can hear and everything. I'm going to do one round of tech checks. Hello. To make sure that you can see that the audio is not proper. I'm going to fix it. Hello. Hello. I hope I'm now audible. You can all hear me now. I just fixed the audio version. I see that my background is unflattering, to say the least. We'll live with that. Good evening to all of you. We're going to do a round of discussion on mocks and how to take mocks. I hope I'm. We'll live with that. Good evening to all of you. Audible. Hello. We'll do a round of discussion on mocks and how to take mocks. Just a little worried about my volume. Hello. Hello. Capture is fine. Capture is fine. Background is fine. Logo is fine. Hello. Hello. Guys, please do comment saying whether you can hear me or not in audio. Good evening. Good evening to all of you. I hope you can indeed hear me. Guys, please do make sure comment that, saying whether you can hear me or not. Lovely. Audio. Perfect. I'm good saying, which is very gratifying. For some reason, I'm not able to hear this. I'll take all of your word for this. Saying audio is spot on. Yes, lovely. Super. Let's do this. I'm going to break this into chop and change this into a series of different bits and bobs. Rather quickly on this. Give me a second. I'm just getting used to the tech a little bit. Don't worry, I'll get there. Lovely. Super. I hope you can all see me. I fixed this. I fixed the audio. I hope you can all see my screen, which now says student queries. Which should now say student queries. I'm just going to check that audio is echoing now. Audio is echoing. There's a reverberation because I think I did something silly by activating two things. Hello. Now it should be fine. Yeah, now you should be able to hear me very clearly. Lovely. Sorry, guys. I think the text should be fine. See if. I think Abhishek will yet make a tech expert out of me. Lovely. Superb. Now that we're this far ahead. Super. I'm going to have a go at student queries. I hope you can all see me with that screen student queries on your backdrop. We're not that late. There have been a bunch of queries that we've got. I'm going to rapidly go through this much better, which is good. This reverberation is now gone. I've removed that. It's all lit. Avanish and Radion and Sudhanshu, many thanks. Nihal Chauhan, HV Creations, many thanks. So I'm going to go through a bunch of queries that we've already got, come back to chat, clear that out, and then go back to the questions. And so we're going to do it in question that we've already received for 10 minutes, 10 minutes for chat, 10 minutes for questions we've already received, 10 more minutes for chat, and then freewheeling. And before we start, I hope many of you who follow cricket are all incredibly happy and delighted for this wonderful South African team that has banished all its ghosts. We grew up with a South African team that went through tragedy after tragedy, and I shouldn't use the word tragedy, especially in the context of what's happening in the world right now. Near miss after near miss and brutal failures in the sporting sense. It's super heartening to know that they won the World Test Championship, especially given that they beat the Aussies. And the Aussies are good players and wonderful, gracious losers now and all that, but they won so much. I'm sometimes just happy if they don't win. And so, very happy about that today. I like the South African team. Always been fond of South Africa, except when they play against us, obviously. It's good. Lovely. So I'm going to go to student queries and then attack them. How to manage time effectively during mocks, especially in quant. Some of these are profound questions. So I'm going to probably skip a few of them or handle them as briefly as possible. The more detailed versions, if some questions merit that, we'll put them on our YouTube channel. I often struggle completing the questions and reach till the very end, and solving questions takes time. So, the two extremes when it comes to time management. One is to say, look, I'm going to answer one question at a time. Every question I'll attempt and then see where it goes. That's one extreme. The second extreme is I'm going to analyze this whole paper, understand my preferred questions, my favorite questions, and attempt them. Both extremes are bad. If you do one at a time, you may end up at question number 11 and not even see half the paper. None of them work. If you take stock and analyze the entire paper and select your pick and choose your favorite one, you may lose 10 minutes just analyzing the paper. That's 25% of the time gone without getting anything to show for it. So both are bad. Your question taking decision has to be dynamic. The tougher the paper, the more merrily you should leave questions. When in doubt, leave. So on a base level, you should say, look, I'm looking to answer my 6 juiciest questions. If you're not used to attempting 6, then pick it restricted to 3. Keep skipping based on topics, based on length of question, based on equation, based on algebra. Keep skipping. Once one in your sweet spot, you feel like you've got the method, you know how to do it, get it right. Do 6 questions like that, and by that time, you would have got the hang of the paper. Go to the next. So round 1, and then round 2, and then maybe round 3 if you have time. You cannot say I'll take all the decisions and then come back and look at the paper. You cannot say I'll attempt questions one at a time, one after the other. Both extremes don't work. How to effectively analyze mocks? What parameters to consider while evaluating mocks? How to effectively analyze mocks? Every time you analyze a mock, there are in my head there are kind of 3 takeaways. First one, what's my score? What's my percentile? What my numbers? Where am I headed? Do that really quickly. Get it out of the way. We all want to get that hit about kind of thinking about where we stand. Not the most important thing, but get it done, kick it out. And the percentile number, score, where would I have got? Will I have got the shortlist part of it? Get it done, get it out of the way. Second comes decision making. And so in this, you have to say, look, I need to figure out 3 questions in each section that I should not have attempted. And then that should be your most tangible takeaway. Decision making is effectively about what questions to attempt, which is effectively about what questions to leave. So you have to pause and say, which ones will I leave? Which 3 questions should I have left in each section? Make it very tangible, very specific, very number driven, very measurable. Knock it out of the way. The extrapolation of that, the second part of that, is something that you have to say, hey, I've got this 3 question selection part done. What else could I have done? Did I get really stuck in one question? Did I get tired? Did I make some fatigue mistakes? Did I get stuck on one question, therefore it impacted my next question? Strategically, what are the mistakes I'm making? When am I getting tired? That part. So question selection kind of morphing into the 10,000 feet view of the paper. Second bucket. The third bucket is learning. So very, very, very important, especially the early mocks. Questions that I got wrong. What mistake did I do? Is there a better way of doing it? Questions that I skipped. Should I have tried this? Do I have the funda in this? Can I build the funda gap? Can I solve this now? Question that I got right. Is there a juicier method? Did I spend too long on it? In that order. What I got wrong, what I skipped, what I got right. Fill the learning gaps relentlessly. Mocks invariably have the best questions. So take value from the content of the marks. So mock analysis, 3 parts to it. First one, percentile numbers, what are my chances of a cutoff, all that. All the nth degree analysis, not relevant, not great, but get it out of the way. Not crucial, but get it out of the way. Our mind thinks about it, feed it, give yourself 5-6 minutes, get it out of the way. Then comes the question selection and tactical analysis of the paper. How do I improve my question selection? Where am I getting tired? Did I select the wrong set? Did I doze off here? Did I lose energy here? Did I have an overhang here? That type of thing. Then the learning part. Right? Mock analysis takes a long time. The first few mocks you take, the mock takes 2 hours. Analyzing it will take 6 hours. So there's 20 minutes of processing the numbers. About 1 hour, 1.5 hours of thinking about question selection and tactically thinking about what you could have done, and then 5-6 hours of filling the learning gaps. As you go further, the learning gaps get filled better, and so that part becomes shorter, so things become easier. And so that's how you should analyze a mock. Preparing for logical reasoning seems almost impossible. It feels like there's always a possibility to get blindsided by a question I've never seen. You're always going to be facing questions that you've never seen. I've taken CAT the last 15 years. I missed a couple of years. I've never seen a logical reasoning question that I've already seen before. Right? So the unpredictability of this format is that you can make an argument that, look, I can do 100 sets and the 101st one will be different. What's the point of practice? Or you can say 101st one will be different. Therefore, I need to practice 100 sets so that I get better at cracking the 101st set. When you do different templates, you're not doing that to memorize the templates or get familiar with the templates. You're doing it to get better at having a go at unfamiliar templates. It's very, very important. And it's an attitudinal change. One, I must confess, I didn't have. And our own man, Raghu, didn't have either. We had a similar problem. So we had a slightly step-brotherly treatment to logical reasoning. So sometimes it'll be too easy, sometimes it'll be too difficult. It's just random. And sometimes it'll look very deep, juicy. The guy would have made one ambiguous statement and I'll get tripped up on that. So this is our mind, which is very confident with Quant, demands certainty, and that's not available. And so, in many, many ways for LRDI, you must embrace the randomness. You must say, LRDI, look, sometimes it will fall in place, sometimes it won't. Oh, it's so exciting to try it because of that. And so, you have to say, I have to manage my risk. I'll leave this question because it's not working for me today. I know that the next one could also be difficult, but that adds to the thrill. So you have to understand that you have to deal with the randomness. To give you a sporting analogy, I'm like a player who's a test match cricketer. Don't make any errors. Do the straight and narrow. Learn from first principles. Tackle each question on merit. Process it. Whereas logical reasoning, you need to be a little bit in T20 mode. This looks juicy. Fatak se try kiya. Now you miss the ball. Doesn't matter. Go to the next one. Try that out. So you have to embrace the randomness in LRDI attitudinally. So the mindset necessary for LRDI not do it burdened by the risk. The risk is you can spend 15 minutes and go nowhere. So half the paper is gone and you're at zero. Should say, look, it can go both ways. I'm looking forward to the fact that this is random. I'm going to embrace that. Very important to have that attitude. I didn't have it. I didn't have it for a long time. I'm trying to cultivate it. Old dog trying to learn new tricks. I've already taken cat twice. Unfortunately, my percentile dropped. I got 91 in 23 and 86 in 24. Long story short, I'm waiting for cat. What not? What should be my strategy month by month? Oh, very broad, loaded question. Don't worry, first of all, by this percentile going down. That sometimes happens. There's a lot of randomness in preparation and mocks and scores. So you could have been better off in 2024 preparation wise, but it may not have reflected in your cat story. And so keep that in mind. Preparation strategy month by month. Those of you who've taken cat twice, you have to anchor more aggressively towards mocks. No doubt about it. Right? So you know the funda, you know the game, you know what this is about, you know your strengths and weaknesses. So if you have a very strong section, try to make it like a gigantic weapon. If you have a weak section, try to make sure you're not in jail in that. If you simply hated geometry, plug geometry. Keep your preparation fresh. Do it with different material, different styles. Amp up mocks like a nobody's business. You know the game, therefore take more mocks. Those are the adjustments I would suggest. Early part, focus on bridging gaps. Whatever is your weak section, fix that. After that, fill gaps in each section and amp up your strength. Throughout, and anchor preparation around more aggressively taking mocks. If we had to focus on only one of accuracy, raw scores, or percentiles, what should we try to? Well, these are not contrasting variables. And so whenever you say, if I have to choose only one or the other, and if I have to say, if I have to do, I have only 20 minutes, do I do cardio or muscle building? Then yes, fine. Accuracy and raw scores are not mutually exclusive. Right? So one of accuracy or speed, raw scores or percentiles, that's meaningful. So I'm going to answer that question. Between accuracy and speed, always for a long time accuracy. If you're very anal about accuracy, then you have the ability to do something with speed. If you can have accuracy potentially at 90%, then you can say, look, I can take more chances. If your accuracy at 60%, you're saying, look, I'm trading off between speed and accuracy, you're just kidding yourself. Accuracy of 50% is just nonsense. I'm sorry for being harsh. If you say I attempt 10 questions in quant, typically I get 6 right. I'd be like, you don't know your quant. You don't know this subject. You're just kidding yourself when you say you're attempting 10 questions and getting 6 right. Not worth it. Having a preparation strategy anchored around 60% accuracy, pointless, especially in quant and RBI. Take your accuracies high. Don't gamble. Get confidence about your answers. Then you say, look, now I've got this. Now I'll see if I can tweak up my risk a little bit, do a little quicker, take some chances, punt somewhere. That's something to do. After having accuracy in the bag, think about the trade-off. Between raw scores and percentiles, where you stand, notionally the percentile metric is something to. Percentile metric, see it, digest it, kick it out. Raw scores matter for your analysis. With the caveat that in one raw score of 72 may be better than another raw score of 86 because the paper is easier, simpler. Is there a score one could aim for that would guarantee a good percentile regardless of the difficulty? No. Score is very much linked to the difficulty of the paper. So you need to have the ability to analyze the paper and say, okay, this seems tough. So a smaller score will fetch me my results and play according to that. And so I cannot say aim for something. Obviously, I can say aim for 130 marks, which is impossibly tough in any paper. But more pragmatically, it depends on this. But you should have a baseline for your style in each paper. Suppose you're saying, look, I want to get 98 percentile. That means you're looking to get 92 marks. That means you should say, I'm really good at verbal. I should get 40 in verbal, 22, 23 in LRDI, 30 in quant. That's my plan. That's my route to 92 marks and 98 percentile. That's my plan for this. And then you take the paper and you realize verbal is really tough. I don't need 40, 33 may open door. You realize DALR is just as you expected, 25 will be good. Then you realize quant is very easy. I need 38. Yeah. But where are my marks going to come from? Having a vision about that is helpful. I haven't taken any mock yet. Immediately close this video, take a mock. And because I'm not confident, who's keeping track, friend? Who's taking track? Take the first mock now, then take the live one. What is the live one? Take one more later on. Take the first mock now, today, if possible, or if it's 9:30 or tired, tomorrow. Before this weekend ends, you should have taken your first mock. There is one thing you're going to take away from this session. It is that those of you who have not taken your first mock, it is very, very, very important to take your first mock. I've had so many students come to me after CAT and tell me, sir, just before CAT, 1 week before CAT, I got it. I knew what this was all about. The moment I had taken 7, 8, 10 mocks, it fell in place. I was like, dude, why did you take your 7, 8, 10 mocks and finish the 10th mock on November 20th? Why not on September 20th? And they'll be like, then I was not ready. You are ready. It doesn't matter. The mocks is going to give you giant input. It's the elephant in the room. You cannot afford to have a preparation strategy which says I learned this, revise this, plan this, digest this, consume it, and then take mocks in the last 8 weeks. The moment you take the first 5, 6 mocks, you'll take your 5, 6 mocks for the mocks to fall in place, for mocks to become meaningful, mocks to have uh, add some value juicily to you. So you have to take 5, 6 mocks for it to fall in place. And then you have to take 10, 12 mocks for it to iterate and come good. You can't push it. You've not taken your first mock, take now. Lovely. I'm going to take some questions and see how this the Q&A thing is going. 10 minutes. And then we'll go back to the question. I'm 27 years old and CAT 2025 will be my final attempt. Doesn't look like a question. All the best, Mehul Kumar. Right? Chirag Jain, I always take up the wrong set and mock based on looks. Can happen. So don't uh, don't don't be a hostage to your wrong decisions. It happens. It happens to everybody. There's practically not a CAT I've written where I've said, I should have done this other set instead of this. And so even if I completely kill a paper, I'll not whine about, but feel bad that I didn't make the right choice. It happens to everybody. Don't worry about it. I got 99 percentile, still no call from any black eye, giving CAT again. GEM, any advice? I know it's not something that you want to hear now, Vineet, but this probably means you need to get 99.5 or 99.6. The competition is intense because those colleges are fantastic. They're not doing, they want to get the best candidates. So there are 3 lakh people who take this exam. The top 6 IIMs put together select maybe 1,200, 1,500 good students from the general category, and then another 1,500 from other categories. So if you're a general category student, you need to be in 1,500. That means 0.5% of 3 lakhs. That means you have to get 99.5%. So spend a lot of time in getting that data right and chasing that. Having said that, does this mean at 99 percentile there is nowhere to go? So 99 percentile is a fantastic score. We're in the top 1% of people writing this exam. And so you cannot let the world make you feel like a loser for scoring 99th percentile. Be like, I'm in the top 1% of people who spent their heart and soul trying to prepare for this exam and do well in it. I'm good. And then if you get an SP Jain or an MDI Gurgaon or IMT Ghaziabad, you say, look, good college, I'm going to go there, make a mark and do. There is no reason that we should deify these IIMs. SP Jain is a fantastic college. FMS is a brilliant college. XLR Jamshedpur is fabulous. And so don't fall prey to this thing that if you don't do from Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, it's not worth it. And so 99 percentile is fantastic. But honest answer, what should you do this time? Get 99.6. How should we do the funda building? Slowly, brick by brick. First principles based thought process is a ridiculously good habit to build. So suppose I tell you sum of 3 angles of a triangle is 180. I'm sure all of you have heard this. Do you know the proof of that? Do you know where it came from? Do you know what the sequences? Do you know what theorem underpins it? Learn that. The more times you ask yourself the question, why, Why are all these things being taken for granted? How did I assume sum of three angles of a triangle is 180? Tell me, I want to prove that. Sum of two sides of a triangle is greater than the third. Why? The diameter is the longest chord. Why? Because it looks so obvious. So, why? The more times you dig and dig and dig, the better you'll get at learning from first principles. Nothing form-like, nothing templatized, nothing gimmicky, nothing shortcutty. Everything proven, derived with a path. Should you watch the videos available? The videos available in the self-paced portal are all from first principles. There's practically nothing there that we leave without giving the proof for or the pathway for. Suhas, Vinit Agarwal, forget black eye. Let me just see, my question just popped out. Forget black eye and take whatever you get, else forget MBA altogether and take GATE and continue. Suhat, I see what you're saying, but I don't think that's the dark side. I think a student studying in a good B school, but not Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, utterly, completely deserves to feel like, oh, good, I've got 99%. I want to make a mark in business. I've cracked this exam and I'm capable. I'm going to go places. And not sit in a corner and saying, Ahmedabad, Bangalore. Not a chance. Hannah Susana, my percentile is marked at 33. Do I still have a chance? Oh, yeah. 33 doesn't say anything good. 33 is not good enough. But it's just one mark. Okay. There's a lots of a long way to go. Tanish Jalan, I've just done. Would you recommend doing arithmetic rather than algebra? This topic. Oh, most arithmetic first, then algebra. Arithmetic first, then algebra. Because I think I know where you're going with this. You're saying, look, I know how to solve equation. That's important. The equation solving part is basic algebra that you'll know. When you're solving arithmetic, you'll get to know that. But don't go into heavy duty algebra without consolidating arithmetic. Hannah Susan, how do I start preparing for LRBI? Previous year questions are brilliant. You get the hang of this. Then basic templates are very good. Our online course has all the information available. If I'm scoring 80 percentile in mocks roughly, Jito, how can I expect in my forget about the 80th percentile. 80th, if you're getting about 60 marks in mocks now, or not 60 marks, 45 marks in mocks now, 40 to 45, then you can very credibly have a plan to take it to 65. If you plan well, you can take it up to 80, 85, sometimes even 100, 105. Very often students manage to double their score. Don't think about doubling. You're getting consistently 40, you figure out and problem solve to say how am I going to consistently get 60. Once there, think about 72. Then go brick by brick. Obama Babu, I tend to work until exhaustion and then leave studies for like a week. How to change this habit? Sometimes some of us work in spurts. So if work demands and takes a lot out of you for a week, that's all right. The next week, make an adjustment and come back into this. Your long-term career ambitions are linked to your CAT performance. Sometimes you have to take hard decisions and sacrifice some short-term goals and near-term pleasures for longer-term goals. Mumbly, my profile is 9,8 and currently I've completed my first year of BSc. What should be my strategy? Read a lot, keep your acads really sound, prepare from first principles. Lovely. I'm going to go back to my screen of already questions that are already available. I'm extremely scared of Quant. I feel I just can't do it. Please, it's happened. It's there for a number of people. Number of people. And so, Quant in India is it's a bugbear topic. The whole system and our entire society is built around telling people that maybe they are not great in Quant, and then telling people that if they are not great in Quant, they must be dumb. The two assumptions or two extrapolations our society does. Just because you're not quickest to the answer, you don't get Quant. You don't get numbers, you must be dumb. And two extrapolations we make. When you're learning Quant and you're afraid of it and you have a phobia for it, very much likely that there's a speed element that's sitting on top of it. You're worried but you're not doing it quick enough. Right? Speed doesn't matter. Do funda slowly. Digest things at your own pace. Not at don't live to somebody else's rhythms. It's simply not worth it. Every time, give me a second. I'm just trying to fix something. Don't digest speeds at somebody else's pace. Prepare in an island. Digest in your own rhythm, own pace. Go simple topic by simple topic. Simplify quant into only arithmetic. Brick by brick, build it. Second thing you have to tell yourself, look, I'm capable, I'm enthusiastic, I have a good attitude, I'll work meaningfully in any organization. I simply don't need somebody else breathing down my shoulder and saying I'm dumb because I cannot do 11 into 14 really quickly. As someone who's bred on a diet of doing 11 into 14 really quickly, and you can go built a major part of it academic life doing 11 into 14 really quickly. I must tell you, it's a useless skill set to have. So don't don't worry about speed when you're learning. Learn from scratch. Learn in your island. Learn slowly. Don't be in an environment where somebody else's speed intimidates you. Second funda, don't have a mechanism where yeah, your quant score is a pointer validation for you. You don't need to get math, and you can be a star manager, star performer, star contributor, star human being. And so don't let the society get that hold over you and call label you one thing or the other. You take effort for it. Back yourself. You don't need to crack quant. You don't need to get 99 percentile. To learn math really well from scratch, slowly, in your own pace, you can attempt 6 questions in quant. If you attempt 6 questions, you can do a good MBA. So simplify. Do only arithmetic. Learn in your own time, own template, own pace, own funda. Get one mock where you're doing 5 questions. Get 3 mocks in a row where you can attempt 5 questions. The practice and confidence while solving through 2IIM scores content is not translating into good mock scores. It happens to everybody. Hang in there. Mocks have a rhythm of their own. Right? So because you're worrying about time pressure, you're worrying about question selection, you're worrying about fatigue, you're worrying about getting something wrong, all of that. And so you have to digest the rhythms of the mock before all your learning comes and pays off. It's like saying, I've got all the toolkit, but I have to go and showcase it in that setting. So getting comfortable with that setting is super important. That takes some doing. So it doesn't mean what you're doing is wrong. There are some moments where our validation does not come from the score. Where you should do this, do your a big fan of all is well. All is well. I'm doing the right things. I'm hanging in there. I'm learning from Panda. I'm even building speed. My ability to think has improved. I've not yet cracked how this mock works. It'll come. Once more, I'm going to go look at questions and then come back here. Future 100 percentile. I like the name. Why don't you mention 100 percentile time many times? Then your counterpart. I saw a channel and Cat Pincher, the founder of promoting his 100. Yeah. Future 100 percentile. I think I've said this enough. My scorecards are available in public domain. Initially, I used to be very reluctant about it. Like, look, I need to be teaching well. So people like how I'm teaching. That matters. Whether I've got 100 or 99 is irrelevant. But it became a selling point, therefore we started hawking it. And then slowly I started becoming less and less shy about it. I think we say that enough times. I think people, if they join 2IIM or pick up the course, I want them to be joining on the merit of how well we teach, how well we treat our students, how kind we are in our interactions, how easy the interfaces, how well the learning experience can be. And not because I've cracked this exam a bunch of times. So I used to be very reluctant. I've been yanked out of that by market pressures and my colleagues and all of that, which is nice. I'm not blaming them for it. It's a very important thing for me to be not shy about something that can sell well. But I don't find a need for that to be the selling point for one. I don't know. I have solved around 5 mocks, but I'm barely able to solve 5 6 questions. So 5 6 questions in quant is good. Get all of them right, you'll go places. And I'm telling you, you can double your question attempt in the next 3 months. So your time taken to solve will crash. Your question selection will improve. Your time in between questions will reduce. All three will happen. I thought it will go. What's the sequence of preparing for sections? First from videos, practice questions in handbook, and previous questions. Yeah, that's broadly it. The script course really helps. It's theory interlaced, interspaced with questions, and leaving you with kind of prep edge or percentages to or ratios to tougher questions. That original script is good. Once you have done the topic, it's a learning part. Sometimes when you do questions and you're solving it, you feel like, look, my fundas are not strong. Then revisit the topic. Do practice questions. You feel like, look, I've got all the fundas, but my speed is not there. Then do cat level questions. Plan accordingly. Amit Parmar, sir, getting worse in VRC, face some issue, same issue in Cat 24. How to go on the way? Jatin has a brilliant set of videos on our channel. Go to put Jatin Gangwani to I, you'll get a toolkit for it. And it's just freakishly good set of videos. Check those out. How to read, how to leisure read in detail. They're present. Broadly, I'll say read away to glory, read slowly, keep at it. Improvements will come. Don't do anything gimmicky. Verbal improvement, the bedrock is reading. Keep reading, it'll happen. I'm getting 100% accuracy in quant, but able to answer max 13 questions. Shreya Gandhi, sorry, you are going to get some comments from the group. It seems very much like a first world problem. So if you're getting 13 questions right after attempting 13, you're having a problem. Several people would give their left arm to hand, which is good. Don't compromise accuracy. Your speed will naturally improve. It will improve at a per question level by about 20%. And question selection will add another 10-20%. So you take your 13 attempt 13 right and add 20% and 20% to it, you're getting 100th percentile with that. Hang in there. Is it important to attend live class of VRC? It helps. It helps. People set the tone. Some professors have a way of deciphering a passage and kind of breaking it to you, which seems so simple that you have the confidence here. So ये तो मैं भी कर सकता हूँ later on. And Jatin is gifted at that. So a couple of sessions with good teachers like Jatin can just set the tone. You feel like, look, I've got this, which is important. Before we go any further, I think Abhishek has told me very clearly. Abhishek, I keep mentioning Abhishek. Abhishek is our man behind most of the things we do on our digital front. He's the man behind YouTube, man behind Instagram, man behind schedules, man behind our live sessions, plan, everything. It's kind of like one part of a two-man army, Abhishek and PT, that keep everything taking over, with Abhishek, the youngster, taking the lead. So Abhishek has told me that I need to mention a bunch of these things. First and foremost, we have a wonderful daily quiz there. We do practically daily quiz, so we do it every day. Check it out. Then there's Bharat's reading list, which gives an article that gets suggested every time. It's a gigantic question bank. That's a great source of pride and joy for all of us at 2IIM. It's like the mothership. Whenever I want to prepare for an exam, I want to know what this exam is about. I want to see what previous year questions in that exam are like. The 2IIM previous year page, this is something that we spent blood and soul building. And so our question bank is something that we've built over 15 years, day and night, carving it, brick by brick, brick by brick. So check that out. It's super useful to do that. If you have not tried the online course, just sign up as a trial user, try it. Don't listen to any of us. Try it out. See how it works for you. Super important. And so please do check that out. Check out our freely available content, our YouTube solutions, videos of Jatin, our daily quiz segment, and our preparation schedule. All of these are super useful. Most of them are free. Right. Rohit Kumar, my job is taking 9.5 hours of mine. Tell me about it, man. Mine too. Thanks, sir. I'm just kidding. I like most of the 9.5 hours I spend working. Sometimes I don't spend 9.5 hours working, but I like my job. Leaving only 5 hours for study. 5 hours is plenty, my friend. You probably need to spend 2 to 3 hours learning intensely. Intensely. Should I leave my job? No. It's not just for Rohit Kumar, it is for any and all of you. Don't quit your job. The job is precious. A tiny minority of us don't need a job. We have money. If you're in that tiny minority, enjoy that privilege. Otherwise, well, you'll learn tons from them. Suhas H, that's a very valid point. I'm a big fan of mathematics myself, so I will embrace that. Naveen and P, hi sir, work experience for different IIMs. That's a problem for post-CAT and your applications based on whatever the norms are filled with it. You can't really game that, accept it. How to manage a hectic timetable at college and at MBA. Obama Babu, college and CAT prep. This is a beautiful couple of videos. How to prepare in detail, how to prepare starting from June and July. Sorry, May and June, just super useful and talks about how to manage time schedules and how to put a good schedule, which is meaningful. Abhishek Mura, even RCB and South Africa have got trophies, but I'm still struggling with VRC. This is a year of the underdogs. This is a year of the underdogs. Freaking Spurs won a trophy. RCB won after 18 years. South Africa won after 27 years. So the year of the underdog. Those of you who have not cracked an exam, this is the best place. When should we start with advanced questions? You feel you have got a topic, go for advanced questions. Sometimes they feel too hard to crack. Yes, some of them are properly tough. Some of the advanced questions are pegged slightly higher than CAT. If there is a learning bit in a question, I'll keep it in there. Our mocks need to be representative, but not every element of what we do. So our mocks are fiercely representative. But our advanced questions, sometimes I put in a really tough question there because I feel like you hang in there for 7 minutes, you're richer for the experience. Prakhar, reviewing the profile I'm not doing, I'm going to hand over to Abhishek. He has the bandwidth to have a crack at it. Is preppage in 2IIM CAT level? Kishore Kumar, yes, definitely. Definitely. Are the questions from advanced test at the same difficulty as CAT? Yes, Vijay. To give you a very visual representation, it's a CAT level of difficulty as bands like this. That is highest to lowest. It's a band, range of difficulty. We peg our mocks to be like a wrapper around it at each question level. Slightly tougher, slightly simpler. So you get practice over a range. And then advanced, even broader. Slightly tougher, slightly simpler. Slightly broader range. Sometimes if an advanced question is tough, but it has teaching value, I'll stick it in there because I want to see the solution. So some of the solutions are wonderful. They help you how to think. Kishore Kumar, LOD3 of Ashwin Kumar is considered super hard. It is considered super hard. Sometimes they're way too difficult for CAT. You want to comment in great detail about the idea and conception somebody else has had. Some of them are too difficult. Once again, I'm going to revert to the question. Revision strategy. Revise frequently, revise relentlessly. Don't learn everything and keep them for revision later on. Learn, revise, learn, revise, learn, revise iteratively. Last year I took CAT and failed miserably because of not doing mocks properly or not analyzing the ones which I took last year. Reason mostly be poor mock scores. Now come to CAT 25, still not taking a single mock because I'm scared that past year mock cycle gonna repeat again. If that happens, it really took it all on my study momentum. I don't know how to regain. Oh, this happens. This happens. किसको पता चल? Who's going to know? Only one of my good friends, Hitesh from HR Mentors. He runs HR Mentors in Nagpur. And so, happy, khatarnak, pleasant guys, Hitesh and Rishabha. I met them and I hung out with them. They hosted me for one of their meetups in Nagpur. And made me really feel like one of their own, which takes a large heart, widely generous fellows. He said something that stuck with me. When he took CAT, he took 12, 13 mocks without getting the hang of it. If I'm not wrong, his 14th CAT mock, it fell in place. And suddenly he felt like, यार यही game है, ये तो मैं खेल लूंगा. And it could take you 10 mocks for that feeling to come. So all your pushing this mock away, it happens. I push away uncomfortable things for days on end. I'm really good at that. By the way, all of you should remember that me speaking from a position of expertise on YouTube and giving gyan, and me when I'm struggling with my own work or with my kids, totally different things. Not just me, probably for everyone, but for me, I know. Right? So I really struggle with procrastination. I really struggle with uncomfortable decisions. I really struggle with giving bad news, asking people to leave, everything. Right? And I keep pushing them. I keep pushing this further and further away. And so I'm a master at that. But sometimes if it is long-term meaningful or if I feel like I'm letting down somebody else or it's a commitment I've made and I'm reneging on that promise to myself or somebody else, then I'll take the advantage and rip it out. And so sometimes you have to do that. You have to say, look, I know this is the one thing that's holding me back. And I know that even though I don't like this, take everything this Rajesh says seriously. He keeps on saying over and over and over and over again, take some mocks and take them today. There's got to be something to it. तो चलो यार, not for my own reason, I'm superior, but इतना crib मार रहा है ये बंदा, हर एक बारी आके यही बोले जा रहा है. Just for that reason, I'll take mocks. So it's not for anything else. But just take a few mocks if you get out of the system. This mock phobia will go. You'll become, sometimes you'll just become numb to it. You have to frame it as, look, I'm gritting through this. This -1 in LRDI is part of my journey. I have to digest this in order to get better. And so digest I will. As I'm already an IPM student with the portion almost over, how do I manage my studies of the college as well as my CAT scores? Because my college scores have dropped as I focus more on node, you cannot afford to do that. Make sure that you keep an eye on college. Your grades are important. Your academic success is important. What you can get as a job is important. So don't compromise college for CAT prep. It's not a worthwhile transition. Don't kid yourself and say that's what is happening. How many mocks per week? One now, slowly going to two per week by end of August. No need to take it much higher than that. The odd week you can do three. What should be the expected score of mocks of 2IIM if I plan to score north of 99.5 percentile? Uh, Depending on the mock, from 93, 94 to 107, 108 marks. 93 to 105, 106 is the range you need to get 99.5%. I scored 105 plus marks last year. Lovely. At least in quant. This year I've been stressing on quant preparation. Nice. Do you think luck can play a vital role? Yes, it does. ALR and VRC, yes. I might be above average in both sections. Above average is an understatement. It's critical for me to score 99 percentile in each to get an overall 99.78. Otherwise, I won't get an IM as I saw last year. I know I cannot eliminate, but can I mitigate the luck factor? You can. Prepare really intensely. Don't leave much to chance. Don't leave topics completely out. Do a lot more mocks to get comfortable with mocks. Understand that there is still randomness. Understand that luck still plays a role. Understand that some things have to still fall in place. So not to relax and maximize your chances of doing well. Nothing profoundly brilliant in what I'm saying. But from 99.4 to 99.7, that journey is about lots of fine details, not one magic bullet. You're already in the top half a percent in the country, and you want to go to the top quarter percent. It's a steep climb, but there are no easy wins. You cannot say that मैं geometry भी खत्म कर लेता हूँ आ जाता because to get 99.4 you have already had to be good at geometry. It's not going to come from learning one topic. It's not going to come from learning one trick or one gimmick or taking two more mocks. It's going to come from a ton of small, tiny details that you keep on looking at when you analyze each one. But it will come. There is a journey from 99.4 to 99.8 as well. About to give CAT for the second time, scored pretty well in my first attempt, but I'm now anxious about maintaining. Oh, that happens. I got 94, 95. I left that on the table. I better get 98 now. You better. So what if you don't? I know lots of guys who've got 98, 94, and then 99.2. Not one uniform journey. And so, how do I bring back the enthusiasm and keep reputation at bay? Don't look to keep reputation at bay. Look to manage reputation. A base level of anxiety is inevitable, uh, kind of necessary, and it's just to be embraced and co-opted rather than pushed away completely. Because you can't. Sometimes every time you feel slightly anxious, you feel like you've let yourself down and you feel guilty कि पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है इतना टेंस क्यों हो रहा हूँ. Instead of that, you can embrace it and say, "ला 3 महीने प्रिपेयर किया है, फाइट मार के मॉक के लिए टाइम लिया है, 2 घंटे फाइट मार के मारा है. I want to see 99.4 in this. This obviously I'm invested emotionally in it. तो एंग्जाइटी तो होगा ही. देख लेंगे. Sometimes it's better to embrace or at least accept the randomness and trepidation. That itself keeps it lower. I'm back to Q&A. Probably the last round. 3-4 minutes of Q&A, 3-4 minutes there, then we'll sign up. Ketan Patil, I understand the concept, but not able to attempt the question. Oh, lots of practice. Lots of practice. This will go away. Kevin, sir, I solve a DLR set without seeing solution. I take 45 minutes, sir. How to reduce the time? Just practice. 45 minutes will slowly go towards 20 minutes, but over 2 months' time. Vikash Varanasi, which IM is best for chartered accountant looking for VC roles? A, B, C, L, in that order probably. IM that is better as IM for better IM is better IM practically for everything. Revising consisting of going through fundas and taking a few advanced questions, then and there for me. Yeah, that sounds good. Don't make any changes. This works for you. Sometimes you have to own your preparation. What works for you, works for you. Oh, future 100 percentile. Many thanks. Many thanks. Oh, Suhas, once again, many thanks. Many thanks. Well, I'm going to go to this. Really enjoying hearing from you and your genius insiders. Really high funda, but many thanks. I often find myself daydreaming about my future years, decades in an intricate fashion. You call it daydreaming, many people call it manifesting. So you maybe turbocharging it. At times I start living in that imaginary world, having detailed scenario with my active participation in it. People would not just, they would not look down upon it, they would endorse it. But then I realized that the key to that world is cat. I often get pulled back severely with a big jolt on heart. That's all right. It doesn't have to be severe, but the wake up call is also fine. I don't enjoy my mind after that. I don't call this manifesting. Call this an investment into the idea that keeps you motivated. So for that objective, onto that goal, I will throw in my efforts. Frame it like that, and then it doesn't have to be a jolt. It can be a transition slowly. You can segue from a dream to preparation, from that motivation to this action. And you have to frame it like that. How do I ensure that I obey my conscience and maintain preparation output at optimum, super optimum? Magic bullet. Fine, so I don't have it. I don't have an answer. If you have a beautiful answer, tell me. I'll write for a million things that I need to do. I sometimes it's not wrong to go on a daydream thing because visualizing where this can take you can be a powerful motivator. It's not sufficient for many. It may not even be necessary. But if it is happening, you don't have to frown upon it. Your mind takes you places. The moment you start feeling guilty about where your mind wanders, there's no end to it. And so don't think of it as an utter loss. Manage it and then say, look, onto that goal, I need to put effort, and then come back to the effort point. Lovely. How can I make a proper schedule? Hit the 2IM schedules page that's available already. Right. Finally, we have a lovely mock. I'm just in the process of creating content and putting solutions and finalizing it, not creating content, but verifying and fine tuning it and all that. I'm totally loving some of the questions. One day after we've done this whole cycle, a million mocks, I'll probably outline how we create mocks. And it's a beautiful process. And the guys in my office love the challenge of the mock season. We select a million questions, put them together, verify whether the wording is right, the phrasing is right, do detailed solutions, do video solutions, slide solutions, text solutions, see if the beta testing works, see if the sequencing of the questions are right, all of that. A ton of work goes behind producing one quality mock. And so, and we have a kick-ass mock, an excellent mock. There's a bunch of things that I'm proud of about what we do. We're ranking pretty high there as our question bank and our mock series. So our previous year question bank is fabulous. Our mock series is second to none. Yes, we do. For me, the the fancy objective of a mock is the percentile in the number, the vanity metric. The real value in a mock comes from properly drive home the solutions part magnificently. So lots of times I'll solve a question and then say, look, this is a mistake I did. This is very likely. Be careful about it. If you walk into this trap, it takes a long while to come back, and then come back and fix it. But the natural, intuitive solving process is one way. I don't want to give a solution which seems artificial. And so we take a lot of effort in making our solutions intuitive. And intuition is a word that I hark back to frequently in our pedagogy and learning. What do I mean by intuitive? The natural way the mind processes our learning objectives, learning process should be alongside this, not tangential to this. I cannot say use this formula, find that answer, give this mark. Then it becomes end product driven and becomes useless. So the solutions, something that we pride ourselves on. Content is brilliant. Solutions are excellent. If you've not tried that, if you've not taken mocks, June 22nd, mark it up. If you've taken lots of mocks, once again, June 22nd, lay down a marker, attack that and have a go. You have 2 slots, 2 exams. You will get solutions. You will have a video saying how you could have attempted each section, the whole shebang. And it is free as well. So all the more incentive. Not that it really matters if it's free. If it costs you $200, I would say you should still sign up for it. Because 2 mocks for $200 is a steal. For a lot of things, time is money. Time is value. If you're spending 2 hours of your time taking a mock and 4 hours of your time, 6 hours of your time analyzing it, that's way more expensive than $200. So better spend $200 can give you guaranteed value for these 8 hours if you blindly spend it. And I can tell you, spending that at 2 IIM is total value. So have a crack at it. I hope you all have fun and enjoy learning from these questions, because I had a lot of fun solving and creating the solutions for them. And we will catch up at the end of June 22nd, or we'll catch up with when you see me in the solutions and strategy videos straight away. With that, I'm going to sign off. I've had Prashant Verma, I'm getting a score of 80 in mocks right now. Can I aim for 130? Oh yeah, definitely. 80 to 130 is a journey that's very much possible. Starting now. Preparing for CAT 2026, took 2 mocks and got 40, 45. Yeah, don't worry. Continue. Don't need to continue with mocks this early. You can take 1 per month. You don't need to do a full mock cycle, because there's always a burnout risk. You may get tired before your relevant preparations. How many hours per week should I invest in if I'm starting today? 15 to 20 hours per week. That's a good benchmark to start off. 20 hours per week to be close to the exam. Going to 25, probably peaking at 30. But intense hours, where at the end of the time you should be tired. You'll be like, that was a tough ride. Delightfully tired. Lovely, folks. Brilliant, brilliant. Nice to catch up with all of you on Saturday. Once again, 3 cheers to the South Africa team. If Spurs can do it, if South Africa can do it, if so many underdogs can make this their year, so then most definitely anyone can have a crack at cat and crack it. Enjoy. So have belief, have that as a very crucial ingredient going into this exam. Prepare with a sense of joy, with fun, with a giant smile on your face. Enjoy yourself. Use the 2IIM free material, our previous year questions, our schedules, our YouTube channel, our free mock, all of them. They're properly worth their weight and grade, what you're investing in terms of your time. Look forward to seeing all of you in class or during discussion of this All India mock. Best wishes. Thank you.